Hello, I am Russell Warne, the president of Utah Theater Bloggers Association, and this is an introductory video to the process of writing a theater review. I've been reviewing theater since 2006 and am a member of the American Theater Critics Association. I hope this video gives you the tools to review live theater and write critically about what you see on stage. The process of reviewing a play starts before the performance begins. You should always ensure that you can approach a production with an open mind. Any past experience, whether positive or negative, with the script, the company, or any artists or performers involved with the production should be set aside. Every production deserves a fresh chance to prove itself. You should also bring a notebook and at least 2 pens in order to take notes. It is not possible to write a high-quality play review without taking notes throughout the show. Do not bring an electronic device such as a laptop, tablet, or phone to take notes. The light from the screen distracts other patrons and performers. Do not bring a flashlight or pen light to assist in taking notes either, for the same reason. Show up to the theater early. If your seat is not assigned, then try to sit close to the stage so that you can see the action well and so that you can get some light to help you write. Do not sit on the front row, though, especially in a small theater. Some actors get nervous when they see a stranger on the front row intensely taking notes during their performance. As you wait for the show to start, prepare your notebook. I like dividing up a page so that all the notes about acting are in one part of the page, all the notes about the directing are in another part of the page, etc. If there is a program, make sure you get one. It can be helpful for taking notes too. During the performance, you should be attentive and alert because you are the reader's eyes and ears. As I said before, it is impossible to write an informative review without taking notes. So take really good notes on everything that comes to mind as you watch the play. This includes the big things like impressive scenes and extravagant costumes, and the smaller things like a detail in the lighting design. Also take notes on words or phrases that pop into your head, and that will make writing the review easier. Watch the entire performance of any show you review. It is unprofessional to leave a show early and then review it. Moreover, it is unfair. The cast and crew deserve an evaluation based on their entire work. Finally, you should refrain from saying anything negative out loud until you are out of the theater and away from anyone who saw the show with you that's not part of your group. If anyone asks what you think, it is usually best to say something polite but non-committal. After the performance is where the hard work of writing a review starts. As soon as possible, write your review. The sooner you write your review, the fresher your memory the specific points of the show are in your mind, and the better your review will be. Keep your program and refer to it so that you can write about the production accurately. Every review should include the names of the director, at least one actor, the playwright, and if the show is a musical, the lyricist and composer. The program can help you spell those names correctly and give you accurate information about which actor played each role, the titles of the songs, and other important things you may want to mention in the review. Sort through your notes. Undoubtedly, some of the things you wrote down are more important than others. Eliminate the minutiae and decide which notes you are going to draw upon for your review. Open your review with the paragraph that sets the tone for the rest of the review. It should be clear in the first paragraph whether the rest of the review will be positive, negative, or mixed. At some point after the first paragraph, you should give a synopsis or other basic information about the production so that your reviewers can understand the rest of the review. Frequently produced plays like The Music Man or A Midsummer Night's Dream usually do not need a full synopsis, but if a production has any unique qualities such as cross-gender casting or a change in its setting, then that may be important to state early in the review. Do not reveal spoilers in your synopsis or any other part of the review. A review is a piece of persuasive writing. You should state your opinion and then support it with specific examples. A vague review is not helpful for anyone. Saying that you didn't like the acting in a play is not informative. Instead, you should say why you didn't like the acting and which scenes or performers you thought were the most problematic. Every opinion should be supported with at least one specific example. Some people have difficulty writing negative comments about a play, a company, or an actor, but it is essential to be able to give a negative opinion that is supported by what the writer saw. Reviewers who only write positive reviews do not have any credibility because they seem unable to distinguish between good work and bad work. Additionally, compliments are like dollar bills. For every one that is given out, each one is worth less. A reviewer who only writes positive reviews doesn't understand what they like or why. As one person online said, if you like everything, you don't really love anything. That does not mean that reviews should be cruel or mean-spirited. You should be diplomatic whenever possible in a review. Do not make personal attacks in a review. Calling someone a bad actor or ugly or an untalented is not insightful. Instead, saying that the performance is what you do not like is much more useful, and then explaining why you feel that way. The same rule applies to compliments. Saying that a director is good is not enough. State which scenes were directed well and why. In most reviews, it is important to mention at least one technical aspect of the play, such as the costumes, lighting, scenery, sound design, or projections. The people who design these things are artists too, and they deserve feedback. Moreover, these are important parts of many productions. A play review that focuses solely on the acting is not a fully developed review. Close the review with a paragraph that gives your overall perspective of the play. This closing paragraph should reflect the content of the body of the review and the opening paragraph. You want to be consistent in your opinion. If the review is mostly negative but then closes with a recommendation that everyone should see the production, then there is a mismatch in the review that confuses readers and undercuts the persuasive argument you have been making in the review. In addition to being persuasive writing, theater reviewing is its own genre. Here are some tips to help you write better in that genre. First, use the words I, me, and my sparingly. While a reviewer is writing an opinion piece, the focus of a review should be on the production. We, us, and our should only be used if it is clear that you are only referring to yourself and the people in your party who attended the play with you. Second, do not speak for others in the audience. That means you should not say, everyone in the audience laughed, or the audience did not find the show enjoyable. It is rare for 100% of the audience to react the same way to a play, and so statements like this are usually untrue. Instead, confine yourself to stating your opinion and justifying it. Third, theater reviewing is best when the writing is exact. That means vague language is not appropriate. Make sure your opinion is clearly stated and justified unambiguously. Phrases like spot on and top notch are particularly vague and do not belong in any review. Fourth, omit unnecessary words and phrases. Don't say, it is my opinion that, because a play review is your opinion anyway. You don't need to remind your reader of that. Another example is a sentence like, the directing deserves to be mentioned, or the dancing in the play deserves recognition. Anything worthy of mentioning or recognizing will make it into the review. Anything that doesn't will not. Finally, be careful with pronouns. Most actors play characters who are the same gender as they are. Therefore, when you use he or she, you should always be sure it is clear whether you are referring to the actor or the character. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it prepares you to review theater. I have written about this topic before, and you can read that information by clicking the link in the video description. Please also visit the Utah Theater Bloggers Association website, where we've published, at the time of this recording, almost 2,000 reviews that are free for anyone to read. And if you have any questions about reviewing theater or about the organization, please email me. My email address is on the screen.